As in many countries, drivers in South Korea are paying higher prices at the pumps. Fuel costs have risen now 5 weeks in a row and today hit a record high. Other prices, too, are expected to continue climbing for a while. Eum Ji-young has the details.
Amid soaring global oil prices, fuel costs in South Korea have trended higher as well for a 5th week in a row, hitting record highs. According to the oil price website Opinet run by the Korea National Oil Corporation, the average price of gasoline sold at local pumps on Sunday was roughly 2,069 won per liter. That's about $1.60 depending on the exchange rate, breaking a 10-year high. Diesel, too, has risen to an all-time high at around 2,068 won. With fuel prices soaring, more people are choosing to take public transport and leave their cars at home.
Because the fuel prices are too high, I tell my kids to take the subway instead of going to pick them up from school.
And it's not just fuel costs. The prices of other goods in South Korea are skyrocketing as well. The country's consumer price index last month spiked by 5.4% from a year ago, the steepest rise since 2008 during the global financial crisis. And that looks likely to continue for a while, according to major economic organizations. The OECD, in its latest report, has raised its inflation outlook for South Korea this year to a 24-year high. The OECD raised it to 4.8% from its December estimate of 2.1%, citing the surge in fuel costs and the war in Ukraine. It's the steepest on-year rise since 1998 in the aftermath of the Asian financial crisis, when the country's inflation jumped to 7.5%. The organization also slashed its economic growth forecast for South Korea to 2.7% from its earlier projection of 3%.
Amid the accelerating inflationary pressure, the economic slowdown is worsening, and thus we have stagflation. Although interest rates will no doubt be raised to rein in consumer prices, this has limitations.
The government plans to revise the country's GDP growth forecast for this year in the coming days, along with an announcement of new economic policies. Eum Ji-young, Arirang News.